So this is one of the funny things that happen on YouTube, unlike Zoom when I can actually see you. So, but it's different here because I use YouTube because I think that the film is way more clearer. But if you want me to know you're on, just type in your name in the chat, and just type it in, and then the staff, my photographer will write it down, and I'll say hello to you. So I always like to say hello to people that are in my classes. So, but I can't see it from here, of course, and I'll get them to get a whiteboard from inside, and they can write down the name. If you write down a message to say who you are at the start of the classes, yep, and then I'll say hello. I think it's more personal when I say hello than just stand here. I quite like that. Good. Just do our shoulders. Now remember, we're moving with this sinew stretching method. We're using our body to move. We're using our body to move a different part of our body. So our arm's just hanging down empty. We were doing this last week, and I'm using my hips. And so I'm using my hips back and forward, and just letting the arm hang so it's completely relaxed. So you're learning how to stretch the limb or the joint when it's completely relaxed, instead of putting pressure on it and doing it physically or doing it by yourself. You're actually using a part of your body so it can stay relaxed while you're doing it. It's a great section. You feel really relaxed. That's such a great way of doing it. And so you can, by moving your hips, and then I can do circles with my hips, and my arm does circles. And this is coming, as I say, it's generating from my hips. To start off with, when you do this, you might not be able to get, it just takes a little bit of practice to work out how to do this, to move a piece of your body. Now the other one, just move the hip backwards and forwards. Put it on the chair, put it on the chair, put it on the chair. So you don't put it on the ground. That's it, perfect. Good, there's circles. Now we were talking about moving with relaxed limbs, I think, last week. So we're going to carry on with the movement and the structure of the movement, how we move. Because when we're trying to move energetically, we're not trying to move physically with our physical muscles. That's a different practice. What we're trying to do is learn how to move our body energetic, so our arms move with the energy instead. They already move with energy, but it's controlled by the muscles. But we're trying to get the control of the muscles out of there. And so the energy controls itself. Now, I know that sounds a bit weird, but we're trying to get our own body energy to control the energy inside our body, and let the energy do the exercises, not the muscles. And it's important in both of them, don't get me wrong, because you want to physically be able to move your body, and you want to be able to do that and energetically move your body. So they're both important. They're just different. And normally we just move our body physically with using our muscles. So the Qigong teaches you to go to side. This is just for your arms, by the way. This is not for my hips. This is an art, letting my arms just flop. Very good. Good. Now we do our spine. Now we move our hips to do our spine, and just relax all the muscles in your spine. That's it. Perfect. Very good. Now we're going to isolate the hips and not move the hips, and you're going to move your shoulders from side to side. So you just move your shoulders, and then feel your spine relax. And just have your, you don't want to lock your hips, you just don't want to move them. So you don't want to use any tension to lock them, because we're trying to get relaxed. But you just don't move them, and just move your shoulders back side to side. And then you'll feel your spine twisting backwards and forwards, and that's what you want. But don't put tension into your hips, just don't move your hips. And just use your shoulders, go from shoulder side to side. Love this exercise. Very good. Cool. Now our neck. Move our neck from side to side. And just flops from one side to the other. And I'm moving my hips to move my neck. Very good. forward and backwards. And then do circles with your hips and just let your head flop forward, flop backwards. And does a big circle with your neck. And it's just hanging there. It's an interesting feeling. And go the other way. So you just let your arms and shoulders relax at the same time. So all you're moving is your hip, your spine's pivoting on top of L4, L5, it's twisting around. And your head's relaxed, your neck muscles relax, your arms relax, shoulders relax, spine's relaxed. And the whole thing moves. It's a really weird feeling. There you go, and then stop that. Whoa, get a bit of head spin. So from your knees, you're going to move your knees from side to side, and you're going to let your hips relax. Yep, so now the hip's not doing anything, the knees are moving. Yep. Very cool. And then move the knees backwards and forwards, let the hips relax. Now, of course, there's two ways you do this. Once I'm going, see my hands are going forward as a hip. We can go the other way where it goes backwards and goes this way. They both work, but they're both the same thing. But they're both generated from the knee. It's just two different ways of doing it. Yep. Then do circles with your knees. Let your hips relax. And then go back the other way. Good. Now you take your focus from your knees into your hips. Now you let your knees relax and just move your hips backwards and forwards. So now the hips are generating the exercise. My focus is the hip movement. And just let the knees relax. Let your ankles relax as well. It'll just let the whole body, the lower leg will just flop from side to side. And you can feel it stretching the ligaments and tendons on your knees. And because they're relaxed. Weird feeling. Then go forward and backwards with your hips. Let the knees relax. And then circles with your knees, more circles with your hips. And then go back the other way. Very good. And so the whole time your arms are just hanging. We were doing that last week about how to let your arms hang so it feels like what it feels like to move your arm when it's empty. It's not easy to do, but it's part of the practice. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to, just hold the foot up. Tai Chi and Qigong are very, very similar in energetic movement, only the one's martial art and one's not. And so the martial art part is part of the Tai Chi, where the Qigong's more about the energy movement around. They both move energy, but one's more medical based and one's more martial arts. So that's the difference. People always ask me what the difference is. But they're both about moving energy in your body. Yeah. Let the leg flop. Went the other way. Good. The leg flop. So I'm moving my knee to do this. I'm whopping my knee, my hip are moving, and let my foot just flop. Then do circles. You can just do side and side if you want to. You can go forward and backwards. We can do circles. So many different variations to that. There you go. So this is a short version of that anyway, so we can get into the class. Just warm ourselves up a bit so our body feels nice and relaxed, yeah? Everything's nice and relaxed inside the body. So we're going to bow. We'll bow into the class. Put your hands on the side of your body, roll back onto your thumbs. If you want to see how this bow is done, it's in the beginner's course. You can have a look at the beginner's course on YouTube and you'll see how this is actually done. And gong. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring towards your heart, and then down to your physical center. Very good. Because I teach from a monastery school teaching, I just like to do that. It just puts everybody together. I'll just reiterate again too, and I'll say this every week. If you want me to know who's in the class, because I can't see who's in the class on YouTube, just type in say hi, and it'll come up with your name, and then they'll write on a whiteboard your name, and then I can say hello to you. Because I like to know who I'm practicing with, so it's quite nice to actually call it out. I know Mark and Walter are there, and so if you want to, just write it down. You don't have to, but if you want to, you're very welcome when I say hello. As I say, I like to know who I'm practicing with. Good, so we talked about the emptiness of having the arm empty last week. We talked about how to move the body by moving my hips, just let the arm relax. So now we want to know what happens is how they engage the energy. So it's logical how we do this. So our mind's going to send a message into the body, and the body's going to react to the message we send it. So if I say to my arm, I talk to my own arm and say, arm, move, and the arm will move. And it depends on whether I say to bring it to the front or I say take it to the side. My arm listens to me. It's great, isn't it? I'm glad it does. It'd be pretty weird if it didn't. Okay, so we have this idea of that. So, but we're doing that. When we do that, we initiate the muscles inside the arm, because the mind goes into the tissues through the nervous system, sends the message to the arm engages, changes the energy that's inside the blood and inside the tissues, the ATP transfer, we want to get really technical, and the ATP lifts your arm up, and then when you relax, the ATP gets reconverted back into chemicals again. So it's a very complicated thing that happens, but it's happening muscular-wise. So the muscles lift it up, and the muscles bring it down. That's what you think. But the truth is the energy moves your arm and the muscles ride the energy. So energy's going up, energy's going down, energy's moving through my arm, and the muscles are guiding how fast it happens. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the energy to move the arm, not the muscles at all. We're trying to use the energy to regulate the movement. The energy regulates how fast it goes, and the energy regulates how slow it goes, and just let the muscles go all together. This is the Tai Chi, this is the Qigong, that's so important to understand. This is what we're trying to get to. We get into a place where arms just float by themselves energetically. Where they go to the side, it's happening by the energy's moving the arms, and not the muscles. The muscles are completely relaxed. And the weird thing happens with this when we're doing this is, because we're so used to in our minds that our arm is connected muscular to our mind, when we normally do that, we don't realize that we've connected to the muscles. But when one day, and I know it happens to a lot of people who've been practicing Qigong for a long time, one day you'll start moving your arm and the arm starts moving by itself and you go, whoa, I'm not doing that. Because your muscles aren't doing it anymore, the energy's doing it. So you get to watch your body moving. And the body moves, and you get to watch this happening by itself, yeah? And you get to watch the body move energetically, and you're watching an arm that's no longer your arm. Well, it's still your arm, but now you have a different relationship with it, because now you're having a relationship with the energy of your body, not the muscles of your body. Very different expression. So take that idea and we take that concept into a movie. So how do we initiate the movement? So first of all, we know, when we talked about this a lot before, that you have to relax. You can't move if you don't relax. So as soon as I relax, I can change position. But when I'm standing in a certain position, if I hold posture, there's all these ligaments and tendons holding me there. To move, I have to actually relax some of them and relax more. I have to relax both of them and to move across. Otherwise, I won't move. I'm just going to stay exactly where I am. So I have to let go, move, so I can move the energy. So this is part of it. So the initial part of the movement comes from relaxation. You have to relax before you can start moving. As soon as you relax, the energy takes over. The energy starts moving, and then the muscles quickly grab it and then ride it up. We're going to try and do it the other way, where we don't get the muscles to touch it, and we just let the energy to move. We'll do a really simple exercise. We're going to go to the side. We'll do a couple of different versions of this. So we're going to go to the side, and all you're going to do, and I'll talk a little bit about the breath later, about how you use your breath to do this. But this stage, we'll just think of energy, and I'm going to think of the energy move into the arms, and I'm going to move the arms up. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring the arms down. Let the energy. So you're doing this as least amount of muscles as you possibly can to move that arm, and just think of the energy moving the arm. That's all you have to do. Yeah. And just let the arms float to the side. Let the flies down. Now you're going to feel tension in your shoulders and in your arms, because this is how you normally, well, most people do lift their arms. They use muscles to do this. And so we're trying to get less and less tension in the arms, where the arms just float by themselves, and you can't feel the shoulders engaging. There's no muscular engagement. And it comes down. Yep. Very good. Good. Don't go too high, because if you go too high, then your muscles, especially if you get above your shoulder height, as soon as you lift your shoulders are going to engage a lot more. So the smaller the exercise you do and coming down, the better it is to experience the letting go. and then let's let it come back down again. For me, we'll even add other people use gravity on the way down. So we use energy to push it up. Now gravity is trying to pull my arms down. Just let the gravity pull your arms down, just relax. Yeah, so we don't even have to even do the down. It's done for us just by gravitational pull. The arms float up with the energy. Good, and then bring the arms down again. Good. Let them just float up. So just let them float as make them, they'll be heavy, but the energy will move them, and then it come back down again. It doesn't have to be very far. So this equates to all Qigong exercises, or I shouldn't say all, most Qigong exercises. You never say all because there's always exceptions to every rule. It's the idea of moving, and the same with Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the same thing. You're learning how to move your arms energetically, and your arms move energetically, and they're just completely empty, but they're full of energy, and the energy's moving them, and there's no muscular part of it. And you're learning how to do that and how to move everything energetically. So their arms feel very, very, very weird. I can't give you that experience. It comes with practice, but just understand that lives in the body. I mean, with practice, you have to practice. It's the key to everything. The practice changes you, changes the way you see the world, changes the way you feel energy in your body, changes your experience with other people, changes your experience with nature. Everything changes with the practice. It's the key. I cannot stress it enough. It's the daily practice. It changes you. And it changes you subtly that you don't notice. It's like a baby growing. If you haven't seen a baby for a while, next time you see them, go, gee, you've grown up lots. I haven't seen you for a few months. Oh, how big you've got. Well, the same thing's happening with energy. Every time you practice, you change, but it's so subtle because the parents of the child, you don't see them growing. They're just getting bigger, but you don't really notice that because you're with them all the time. You only notice when you haven't seen them. This is the same thing with the Tai Chi. Or the Tai Chi and the Qigong, because you keep changing, it's so subtle, you don't notice it. But over years, the change is huge. And it just amplifies. But you don't notice it different because it's happening in increments, daily increments, so you don't really notice it so much. Only if you could ever go back to see how you felt a year before, but you can't do that, of course, because you've changed. But anyway, back to the idea of the exercise. So I want to introduce the breath to this. We're going to introduce a couple of different concepts of Qigong, and we're going to do the breath. Now, the idea of the breath is we're going to breathe down my arm. Now, get your head around how you do that. You've got to breathe. The idea is I'm projecting energy down my arm. And so I'm filling my arm up with energy. And I'm going to breathe and go, and as I do that, I'm going to project energy down my arm. And as it goes down my arm, the arm's going to rise because the energy's going to the arm. It's going to make the arm lighter and it'll come up. And it'll come back down again. So I'm breathing into the arm. And then breathe in. And I'm breathing into the arm. Going to breathe in, then breathe into the arm. So I'm learning how to do this. I'm learning how to project energy from the breath, because the breath, of course, the air is coming out through the mouth. Of course it is, so to understand that. But my mind, the air is coming out here, but the energy is going down the arm. And I'm using the breath to simulate this ideal response. Yeah? So breathe in, relax. Push the arm down. Relax, breathe in. Good, do both sides. Breathe out through both arms at the same time. Now I'm breathing out through the nose so you can, the mouth so you can hear me. Breathe in through the nose. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. Yep. I just breathe out through the mouth so you can hear it, but in and out through the nose. Breathing out, and then breathe in through the nose. Good, that's it, perfect. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out through the hand. And when you do this, you'll feel your hands, you start feeling pins and needles in your hands, you'll feel your hands getting warmer as well. Because not only are you circulating the qi down to your fingers, you're also circulating the blood down there. So the qi and the blood are moving together. So you're going to get these hot hands. Yep. And then breathe in. And then breathe out through the hands. Just let them relax as much as you can. Good. You can feel the pins and needles. You'll feel the hands get thicker. If you have a look at your palms, you won't be able to quite see from where you are, but the colour of my hand, you can see all that blotchy red hand, and your hands will look like that because there's a lot of blood in your hand. And you get that blotchy look, and that's a good thing, but it feels like your hands are swelling up. You feel like you've got these swollen fingers, which is exactly what's happening because you're producing the qi and the blood. And it's not going out my fingers at this stage, it's just staying inside the arm. So do that again. So breathe out into the arms and then relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Get the idea of that. We can do this for a while. And the more you do this, and the other thing, don't try, just let that happen. If you try, you'll interfere with this, so don't try too much. Just know what you're doing, and just relax and just watch it happening. Breathe out. Good. We're going to give you some extra pieces to this now. We've got that idea of that's breathing out through the arms. So what we're going to do now is we're going to breathe the energy in from our feet. So it's going to come up through our feet, through the kidney 1 point on the bottom of your foot. Through your yong-chan. We're going to breathe in that point. And it's going to, as we breathe in, the energy is going to come up the 2 kidney meridians. In fact, we'll see it a bit bigger. We'll breathe in from the feet in all the meridians, and we'll breathe in, and as the energy comes up the legs, and the body, you'll find the body inflating. And we'll do this without your arms, and just breathe out. So as we stand there, breathe in through your feet, and all the energy comes up. And feel the body, as you breathe, and feel the body inflating. You feel the legs inflating, you feel your stomach inflating, your lungs, your head, your arms, everything inflates. Don't use your arms. And breathe out. Breathing in. And breathe out. So when you feel with the breathe out, the body deflates. And as you breathe in, you feel the body expanding, and it's coming up from the ground. You can bring it in through the outside. Well, let's not confuse it too much. Just do the end of the earth breathing to start off with. Just do the in breath. And then breathe out. Because you can breathe in and out all the acupuncture points, but we won't go there to this stage. We're just breathing in and out through that point at the bottom of your foot. And see the arms move by themselves, and then breathe out. So breathe and let the body inflate, and you'll feel the arms move by themselves as it inflates. They'll go slightly to the side because the body, like the Michelin Man, your body's swelling up, and as it swells up, the arms start moving up. Yeah, because everything's inflating, so the whole body is expanding. Yeah, breathe out, breathing in, breathing out. Good. Breathing in, and you'll get a glimpse of your arms moving by themselves. Yeah, just hold your arms down just at the bottom, but as you inflate, you'll see them move. They have this little bit, yeah, there you go. You'll get them just moving slightly. It doesn't have to be a lot. You just got to understand the principle of what's happening when the inflation. And the energy is swelling the body up, and then the arm's going to slightly rise because of that. Good. So we're breathing in from the bottom of the kidney points into the body, expand to feel the arms going. Good. Good. So now what we're going to do is, as we breathe in from the bottom, we're going to breathe into the whole body and feel the body expand. As we do that, the arms are going to rise as they expand. And as they expand, the energy going down the arms as you breathe in goes down the arms, and the arms are going to rise as the energy comes into the body and expands the arms. So you're going to be aware that you're doing this on purpose. So breathe in from the ground, body expands, and then the arms float up because of the expansion. And then you're going to breathe out. And it's like squeezing a sponge. Your sponge is getting squeezed as you go down. And then you soon remember you have to relax. As soon as you relax, it starts inflating again. The body inflates again. Good. And then breathe out, relax. And feel the sponge getting condensed, the pressure of the cheese coming in. There's lots of different ways of doing this. We don't always have to do this particular way we're doing it. This is just our way of doing this. Good, relax, breathe out. Feel the compression going on inside the energy. Breathing in. Let the arms flow as we breathe in. Breathe out. This is different than the one we did before. We're letting the inflation bring the arms up. And then breathe out. And hopefully if you keep practicing, you'll get a glimpse of your arm moving by itself. And breathe down. Good. That's it. Just keep doing it. In and out through the nose. There you did. So what you're going to get with this is the inflation. So when we do the inflation, breathing in through the nose, when we breathe out through the nose on the way out, you're going to get the idea that the air's going out through and the chi's going out through your nose to move deflate. So the energy that's deflating is going out through your nose. This is what you'll be thinking. I haven't prompted this, but this is what will happen as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you feel the energy leaving yourself through your nose as you breathe out. And all the energy is going compressed and it's coming out through your nose. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to change that. We're going to breathe out. But what we're going to do is we're going to pack the chi inside the body. So instead of it going out through your nose as you breathe out, we're going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out, but the energy is not going out through the breath. The energy is going to get compact your energy into your bones. Yep. Good. So the idea of that. So we're breathing in. And on the out breath, we're not breathing it out through the nose. We're keeping it inside our body, the energy inside our body, and we're packing the energy into your arms, into the bones in your arms, into your body, into your torso, or into your internal organs as well. You're packing chi into the organs so it's not going out of the body. So we're breathing in from the ground. And then we pack the energy inside the body on the out breath. If I feel like we're squashing it into our body, squashing into your legs, squashing into your arms, squashing into your, and we're packing the chi inside the body. And then we relax, breathe in from the bottom again, the body expands again. And then we can pack the chi again. Good. There's lots of different ways, as I say, of doing Qigong exercises. This is one particular version we're using. There's lots of different ways of doing this. And then breathe out. Good. Breathe in, feel the body expand. So your arms are getting lighter and lighter every time you do this. That's why we're doing a lot of it. The more you keep breathing, the more the arms will keep floating and pack the energy. And you'll get a glimpse of the right at the bottom as you expand, as you breathe in. That first piece will move by itself and then you start lifting your arms. But you'll get the piece at the bottom. And then breathe out. Pack the chi. So we've done two different versions. So just go back with what we did. Remember we started off with breathing out through your arms. And we're going and breathing out through their arms, and the out breath was making the arms rise. Well, the second one, with the in breath as the body expands, has made the arm rise. There's two different ways of doing it. But they're both moving the energy that's doing it. So you're either breathing in and the body expands and the arms float. Or we're breathing in and then we're breathing out through the arms, yeah? Breathing in and then breathe out through the arms. Then lower your arms, breathe in. We're still inflating as we breathe in, but their arms are down. And then breathe out through the arms. Breathe in. And then breathe out through the arms. Now it all depends. As I say, it all depends on which way you're doing this. Good. So two different methods, two different ways, and depending on which Qigong exercise you're doing, depending which one of those you're going to do. So they will have a different way of doing them, depending on what energy you're moving and what meridians you're using, how you're doing the in and out breath. That's just two ways. There's a few more, but we won't go into them today. But we'll just stay with those two because they're the two you can practice. They're fundamental. And I'll do a couple of exercises where you can do. I'll do one of each. I'll show you an exercise for one and I'll show you an exercise for the other one that does that breathing. Yep. So first of all, we'll do the Shiba Shua Tai Chi Qigong series. We do the very, very first exercise, which is wave hands, which I use this exercise a lot because it's such a good exercise. And it's so simple, so then you don't get your mind doesn't get busy trying to work out how to do the exercise, because some of the exercises are complicated. And if you're doing a complicated exercise, you're more worried about how to do the exercise than you're actually practicing the breathing. So we just pick the easiest exercise we can, so then it's easy to do, so then you can just go back to practice what we've been doing today and not have to, as I say, not have to think about how you're doing the exercise right or not. Otherwise we get caught up in that. We get so caught up in the exercise we forget to start breathing anyway. So the exercise, wave hands over the lake, the hands come straight forward. Now in Shiva Shua, a lot of people do these exercises differently. We're going to use a particular way and bring your hands down. Yep. Now we're doing the inflation exercise. Yep. We're doing the inflation exercise. The arms inflate, the body inflates, and then we deflate. But when we're packing the chi, the energy is not leaving the body. There is the exercise where the energy does leave the body, but this is not it. Breathing in. Feel the body inflate, and as the body inflates, the arms rise, and then deflate, and then compact the chi as you breathe out. Compact the chi in your body, don't let it go. Remember, it's coming up from the ground, coming up through the kidney points, comes up to the body, and then the body inflates. And then deflate, pack the chi on the out breath. Perfect. Breathe in on the in breath. Body inflates. So the arms are floating up by themselves. Now you might get a glimpse of this now that we've been doing this long enough. As when you get to the bottom, as soon as you relax, start breathing, let the arms go. And the arms will just start moving by themselves. So they might only move a couple of inches by themselves, and then you have to do the rest, but it's okay. You won't be able to get them right up without doing that at this stage, unless you've been practicing a long time. Relax, breathe in. And as soon as you relax and start breathing in, the body starts expanding, then the arms start moving by themselves. And you'll watch that. You'll see it happen down the bottom. The very, very bottom when you first let go. Right to the bottom. Relax, breathe in. And you'll see the arms change. And then you'll grab the arms up here somewhere. It's okay. Just know that's a practice. And then breathe out. Very good. Breathe in. So if you imagine you're doing Qigong, no matter what exercise you're doing, whether you're doing the expansion method, which we're doing at the moment, expansion, contraction, or expansion, compacting at this stage, we've changed it. There is expansion, contraction. There are different ways of doing. We're doing the expansion, packing Qi at the moment, which is a certain particular way. Yeah, breathing in. The arms just float. The arms get slow. Make sure you don't pick your arms up above your shoulders, because if you do that, you'll engage your muscles even more. So you're trying to learn how just to engage as you breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now we'll do a different exercise this time. When we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out through the arms. Now this is from Shiva Shua. I think I did this not very long ago actually, this set. Might have even been similar to this, but it's always good to go back to this to practice. So we're going to do the same thing. We're still going to breathe in from the bottom. We're going to breathe in from the kidneys. We're going to breathe in, hold your hands face towards the front, so your Lao Gong point and palm of your hands facing towards the ground. So you have like 4 points of contact, like a four-legged animal. You're breathing through the kidney points and through Lao Gong to the ground, so we have 4 points of contact to the yin earth. Yep. You take a breath in. As you breathe in, feel the body expand. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out through the up and move them to the side. Good. Then I'm going to come back to the start, come back here again, we'll do that again. Breathe into the body. Then I'm going to breathe out down both arms. As I breathe out both arms, they're going to move to the side. And that's my intention, is to move the arms, they're going to go to the side. Yeah. Now take a breath in again. Breathe out down both arms and let them rise. That's what we did to start off with. Good. Take a breath in and breathe out, let the energy come back down again. Good, we're just going to do this. The very, very first part of an exercise from the heaven to earth system. This is the very, very initial, but it does this breathing pattern, so I use this one so it's easy to illustrate it. But we're just doing the very, very first part of it, part of the exercise. So the same thing again, breathe in, feel the body inflate. Breathe out through both arms, let the arms move. Very good, that's it, perfect. Good, take a breath in again, feel the body inflate again. Then breathe out through both arms. Good. Take a breath in. And then breathe out, just let the arms relax. Good. So we're going to do it slightly different. Once we'll change it again. As I say, all these exercises, multifaceted. There's so many different aspects to them, and depending on what exercise system you're doing, how the person who created them worked out how to do this, because it exercises all the different parts and meridians and everything. So, but there's a certain fundamental piece which is about the moving the chi, using your arms with energy. That's what we're trying to do today. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do this because we weren't doing this before. We were breathing out through the hands, and then breathing. But the energy was going down the arm and staying inside the arm. It goes into the arm, breathing out. Stays inside the arm, and then it comes back down the arm and back in the body when you lower it. And then the energy goes into the arm and then back down the arm, back into the body when you lower it. So we have this idea of the body's chi's going in, but we're going to change this one. So as it goes out, it's going to go out the arm, it's going to go out through the fingers. It's going to leave the body. So not only are you breathing out, but you're actually breathing completely energy out of your body. So you're breathing in from the bottom, you're breathing in from the bottom, and then you breathe out through the arm and it goes out through the fingers. So the energy is coming in and out of your body this time. It's not just coming in and staying in. Different exercise again. So we'll do the same one for this one. When it comes out through your fingertips, so it'll stop getting that big swollen fingers because the energy is going to start coming out now instead of getting stuck in the hand. Well, it actually doesn't get stuck. It goes down the hand and comes back, but that's okay. It's a minor consideration. We'll do it. So take a breath in, feel the body expand, and then breathe out through the fingers. And let them move to the side so you can feel the energy coming out through the fingertips. Go take a breath in, feel the body expand. And then breathe out through the fingertips again. Down the arms, out through the fingers. Yeah, it's a different feeling. Yep. Go take a breath in. And then breathe out through the fingertips on the way down. Good. Put your palms facing towards the ground. Take a breath in again. Breathe out through the fingertips. Down the arms, out through your hands. Out through the tips of your fingers. Take a breath in again. Out through your fingertips, breathing out. Down your arms, out through your fingers, you breathe out. Take a breath in. Feel the body expand, breathe out through the fingertips. Good, it's a great feeling, isn't it, eh? So as you can feel, it not only comes out through the tip of each of the fingers, but also comes out through the thumbs. So it's coming out through the 5 of them. If you can see energy, some people can see energy coming out their hands. You'll be able to see it coming out like shards of light coming out through your fingertips and out through your thumb. So when you're doing that, you see these rays of light coming out your hand and going out to the side. And take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you feel the same rate like a rake, and it comes all the way down, and you see these lights. There's where is it? Where I thought it's interesting, where I thought of this, I've seen this, and it's in a Led Zeppelin video, music video of Led Zeppelin, and it's called "Song Remains the Same" is the name of the video. The song remains the same, and there's a video where they're using I can't remember the song, and you see them tuning, and he's tuning like this, and there's this after effect where you see the shadow. These colours are following it across. It's like I don't know what you describe that. It's like a wake after the arm of all these different colours as it goes across. And he turns, and he is actually using a sword. And you'll see it. If you've ever seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so it's the same thing. So it's like this energy comes out of your arms. I can see it coming out my hands. Not, as I say, not everybody can, but I can see it coming out. And I can feel it going into the ground. I can feel it going out there, and I can feel it going into the ground. And then as I breathe in, I can feel it coming back in, but I can actually see it coming out my fingertips. Not visually like I can see you or I can see it, but in my mind's eye, I can see the energy leaving my fingers. And I can change the colour of it too, which is bizarre because remember each of the meridians have a different colour, and I can change it with my intention. And so I can come out blue if it wants to. And it comes back yellow. It doesn't matter. I can create any colour. If it goes out through the red. Red is the heart colour. I can see it going out red through my hands. Yep. And all the hands red, or I can change it so the lungs and the large intestine are white, and we go, the pericardium's red, and we go out through the sanjiao and through the heart and the small intestine, which is red. So predominantly it's red, and we have a little bit of white, so we have red and white. And I can see that coming out from my hands. Yeah. If you're a Canadian, you'd be able to see that. Well, here actually, it's Indonesia. The colour of the flag here is red and white. Well, it's actually orange and white. but the idea of the red and white coming out through the fingertips. Anyway, so we'll do that again. We'll do a couple more practices of that, just so you can understand that particular movement. Remember, there's the internal model when it's circulated inside the body. Now we're doing the external model where you're breathing in, breathing out through the hands. Now it all depends on what exercise you're doing, which one this happens, and what's happening to the exercise when you're doing it, depending on the construction of the exercise, what it's for. And there's lots of different versions, and if your teacher's teaching, ask them what is are you doing the internal breathing where you keep the energy inside, or you're breathing in from the outside and then breathing back out again. And you ask him, if he hasn't already told you, you can ask him which one's which. And she should know which exercise does which, because they are different, and they are designed like that for different reasons, to learn how to the self-regulated model in the body, or we have the internal, external, the outside, when it's doing a cycle out from through you and outside the body, depending on the exercise. As I say, they're all different. We'll go back, and it's such a great exercise. Just stick with here, palms to the ground, take a breath in, and then breathe out through your hands. Through the fingertips, yeah, that's it. It's like you shine them like that. The lights just shine out like a fan. Get to the side, take a breath in, feel the body inflate. Breathe out through the fingertips. Down the arms, out through the finger. Good. Don't have your straight arms, have your arms slightly bent still. Good. And then breathe your hands down. And feel the lights come down. It's like Edward's scissor hands. We've got the scissors, the blades coming out through his finger. It's almost like that. Don't ask me where my mind goes sometimes. I don't know. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Take a breath in. Breathe the body inflate. Breathe out through the hands. Just let them float up. Yeah, that's it. Good. See, they're different now, eh? You take a breath in. Feel the body inflate. And then breathe out through the fingertips. Out through the arms, through the fingertips, a long way down. Good. Now we're going to change it. We go instantly back to the first one we did, where we just keep it inside. Breathing in. As we breathe in, as the body inflates, it just stays, the body inflates. And then breathe out, pack the chi inside the body, into the muscles, into the bones, into the organs. Good. Breathing in from the ground. Feel the body expand, the arms expand, the back expand. You feel yourself getting slightly taller, even though you're not standing up straight. And then breathe out, pack the chi. Compress the chi inside your body, right inside your bones. Good. Relax, breathe in. Let the body expand. Breathe out. Good. Breathe one more time. Breathing in, feel expansion. And breathe out. Very good. There you go. There's a couple of variations and a couple of understandings how the energy moves in and out of your body, or it moves internally inside your body. And of course there's the understanding with when we go to a higher level, I shouldn't say higher level, but more information, more knowledge about it. You're going to go into what meridians you're working with. Meridians goes up the arm, and what meridians goes down the arm, and all that sort of stuff. That's just on a higher level. I teach all that in the level 2 courses where you understand how you do that, but initially it doesn't matter so much, you just know that it happens. And all the different variations of how you breathe into the body and breathe out of the body, whether at the moment we've just done the whole lot, breathing in from the kidney point, just one point of access, we're breathing in. Sometimes you can breathe in through the arms and out through the feet, or you can breathe in the feet out through the arms. We can breathe into the body and out through the hands, or breathe into the body out through the feet. Depending on the exercise, they're all designed for different things happen, so it just depends. Anyway, so hopefully that's useful to you. So, and as I say, then go back to your exercise you do and work out, is the exercise, is it a breathing in, inflation exercise, breathing out? What's happening inside the exercise? What's happening inside the exercise, breathing in, breathing out, the energy going out through the hands? Or is it internally staying inside itself? Is it coming inside itself? And the body's inflating and it's compacting chi. And as I say, if you're not sure, ask your teacher. If you've already got a teacher, just ask your teacher which exercise does what, because they'll know what it is, and they'll be able to tell you which one it is. And so then it brings another awareness to the exercise, and then you can feel the energy change. And of course, what happens with this, which is the miraculous part of the whole Qigong Tai Chi, it changes you. You become different because of this, because now you're having a different experience of energy, you're having a different experience in your life, you're having a different experience of who you are as a human being, and this opens up a whole door of this energetic being who we are, and this connection to ourselves and outside of ourselves. And that's why the Qigong Tai Chi, amazing thing. Anyway, have a beautiful day today. It's going to be out. It's sweating like crazy. It's really hot. Stinking hot day, which is really lovely. I like it. That's why I live here. Anyway, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Walter, for coming to class, eh? Roll back onto your thumbs. Bring your left hand underneath, right hand on top. Two thumbs together. Qigong. Bring your hands towards your heart, and then bring your hands down. Good. Return the chi back to your lower dantian. Good. And then step back. And we bow to everybody that's doing the class with us today all around the world, because we actually tap into everybody's energy. We're all part of it, which is a very beautiful feeling. And thank you for coming to class. And the people that come and watch this afterwards, the weird thing is when you come and tap and you come and watch this class, after we've finished it, even if you watch it in a couple of weeks' time, you still tap into the same field we've created, and you tap into the people that are here at the same time without knowing you're doing energetically connect to them. It's a very